All right. Hey, everyone. I hope your day is going great. I'm going to say in advance, awesome job during reading. I'm assuming you're going to be doing an awesome job with that. So thank you for all the hard work you put in to make today a success. I will be with you again in the morning, so no worries. But today it's time for a little bit of social studies. So in efforts to learn more about economics and to learn more about the terms that are going to help you be successful when it's market day, which I'm hoping actually might be before Christmas. It's normally actually after, so maybe we're a little ahead of schedule and maybe we can get it in. But today I want to take some time to introduce some economic terms. I'm going to tell you what they are first, then we're going to read a book, then we're going to find examples of each of them in the book and draw them on a document. So, first things first, I'm going to hand out, or somebody's going to hand out, I won't be there, somebody's going to hand out this document. It's got 4 boxes on one side and 4 boxes on the other, so we're going to learn about 8 terms. I could have done more, but this is good for now. And the first term is natural resources. We've already learned about this. Natural resources are things found in nature that people find useful. Nature, useful things in nature. Examples would be trees, water, soil, salt, gold, iron. A lot of times we use these resources to make things, okay? So that's natural resources. Human resources is the human workers, the humans that do the work to make these items or do these tasks. So in the case of a school, a human resource would be a teacher, or the lunch ladies, or Mr. Huck, the principal. Mr. Huck has a different job that's important to running a school. The janitors have a job in running the school. So they are all human resources, the humans needed to do and complete the work. The next item down there is capital resources. Capital resources are the tools that the humans use to complete the work. So for a carpenter might need a hammer and a saw and a level and a drill, those types of things. As a teacher, I often use my microphone, my computer, I often use books to help me teach and to share things with you. I might use the projector. Those are all tools that I use to complete the work. The last thing on that page is supply and demand. So supply and demand, supply is how much you have, and demand is how many people want it. So think of our classroom store. What is something that there's a high demand for? It seems to be that Jolly Rancher Pop. And our supply, I can't see it right now, but maybe our supply is 0. I don't know. Or maybe there's only a couple. So we have a low supply of it and high demand. So that's supply and demand. If you flip the page, competition. Competition is when there's more than one entrepreneur or company competing for the same customers. And so a competition for McDonald's might be Burger King or Wendy's. Competition for Meijer, a close competitor would be Walmart or Target, so on and so forth. So opportunity cost is the next thing on there. For opportunity cost, that's kind of a mouthful, but it is, it means getting the thing you wanted second most. So let's say you went to the Griffins and you really wanted a hot dog, but you get there and they're all out of hot dogs, so you order a cheeseburger. Okay, so instead of just leaving and not getting anything, you get a cheeseburger, and that's what you wanted second most. Or let's say you want a Nintendo Switch, and let's say those are like $300, and let's say you're like, I really want a Nintendo Switch, that's what I want the most, but I'm not willing to spend the money from my piggy bank on that much money at least, so I can get an older Xbox for $150, so I'm going to buy that. That's not what you wanted the most, but you chose it for other factors, so that's your opportunity cost. The next one is scarcity. There's a song I'm going to teach you later on, but it goes, oh, scarcity, we cannot have all the things we want. So what scarcity is, it means not enough. There's a lot of things in our store, in regular stores, that there's not enough of. So, for example, money. A lot of us don't have enough money to buy all the things we want. There might be a scarcity of money. Maybe there is a bad crop of apples one year, and then there's a scarcity of apples. There's just not enough for the demand that's out there. So that's scarcity. And then the last thing is specialization. Okay, for me, specialization is when you kind of narrow it down to what is the specific work that somebody is doing. So for me, yes, I'm a teacher, but I specialize in teaching 4th grade, and you could even take it a step further, and I specialize in teaching social studies because I do 2 social studies, and Ms. Philippi specializes in teaching science. So those are a couple examples. So as we read this book, I want you to look for examples of all these things in the book. And then afterwards, you're going to go to this page, and you're going to kind of define it in your own terms, what each term means, and then you're going to find an example from the book. Think back in the book, and you're going to draw a picture of that. So I can give you one here. So I might say for the human resource, maybe I draw a picture of the boy carving a broom. Okay? And so I think the boy does that in this story. And so he's the human resource. He is doing the work. He is the worker. So for that one, I might do that. For natural characteristics, there's going to be natural resources, there's going to be boatloads of things. So kind of page through the different pages, and kind of, as the teacher will kind of go back and flip through some of the pages, and you might see some of these things, and see if you can draw pictures or illustrations that you could have found on pages in the book of this work. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you learn a little bit about these terms, and I will see you in the morning.